Hello, my name is Cole Britt, and this is my video submission for Chapter 7, Blockchain for Business. The company I chose to focus on for this section um, of the class is Nvidia. They are a very prominent leader in the graphics processing field. A lot of people know them by their GPUs. That's personally where I um, basically know them from gaming. Um, yeah, so let's hop right into it. So the key partners of NVIDIA. Uh, the key partners are predominantly semiconductor producers, mainly based out of Taiwan. A lot of that's for supplies and development. A lot of stuff goes on over there. That's definitely one of their key partners. Also, many large computer manufacturers like Dell, HP, AWS, Google, you name it, any boutique builders, iBuyPower, things of that nature. Definitely people that have a large stake in NVIDIA that utilize their products very regularly, whether that's using them for cloud services like AWS and Google, or for hardware like HP, Dell, other manufacturers. They use NVIDIA uh, parts for their PCs. All right, and for value proposition, they provide value because of the computing power they can provide customers, especially those involved in blockchain tech. As we all know throughout this class, a lot of the computing power that is operating on the blockchain is predominantly GPUs and other different types of devices that NVIDIA or other manufacturers make. And that's definitely a big value for NVIDIA, is being that so many people utilize their technology to operate on the blockchain, to act as nodes, to mine Bitcoin, mine whatever crypto you want. They also solve many computing problems for customers, mainly those uh, involving graphical capabilities and anything associated with video. I know a lot of companies in the movie making industry, as well as social media. Anything that's got graphics in it, a lot of times they need a lot of graphics processing. They got a lot of footage to edit, a lot of raw video. There's sometimes like 8K. I know that's kind of starting to become a thing. So you definitely need to have some really strong hardware to operate in those fields. They also solve performance, customization, and design problems for their customers. So like I was talking about with performance, a lot of industries really need that raw graphics processing capability that NVIDIA can help provide, as well as customization. Specifically in some of the rigs that NVIDIA has helped develop, the basically hot swappable GPUs and things of that nature, especially in an operation like Bitcoin mining. If you have a card go down, you're definitely going to want to get that back up as quick as possible. And then design problems, basically any type of design, like I was talking about with Bitcoin mining rigs, even the ones that are as big as server racks, they can do all of that good stuff. So customer relationships. Their customers expect the best in graphical computing, and they do well at maintaining that standard. So customer loyalty is pretty high. It typically stays pretty high. As I've seen it personally in the gaming industry. I myself am a PC gamer. I've had Nvidia cards since I was like 13 years old. I swear by them. Won't ever catch me flopping over to AMD or anything like that, because I know it's proven with time. I mean, they just make great cards. There have been a few duds here or there, but they have really great customer service and things like that, which means a lot to customers. I mean, without that relationship, I think a lot of that can kind of go by the wayside. So many non-commercial users also buy their products for personal use in mining rigs at home, as well as for gaming, like I was saying for gaming. Um, but in rigs, a lot of times, the average Joe doesn't have 20 grand to drop on a mining rig to start mining. But if they were to be able to turn their home system, maybe upgrade it a little bit, maybe grab an extra one or two graphics cards they could throw in their own home system, and use that to act as a mining rig while they're at work or at school or whatever they're doing. The most costly customers to keep are corporate ones, typically those that provide most of the company's revenue. Obviously, these big, large companies, like I was saying earlier, like Dell, HP, Lenovo, these manufacturers that make computers that use Nvidia's parts and their hardware. That's definitely it's pretty. I'm sure there's a lot of there is a lot of deals that go on back behind the scenes with that. It definitely takes a good bit of money for them to keep those relationships up. And as far as cost structure goes, the largest costs NVIDIA has are research and development, production and marketing. Obviously, R&D with NVIDIA is a really big topic. They're kind of on the forefront of graphics processing, so they have to be able to keep that kind of like as one of their main ideas. They have to have that next latest and greatest thing, that next, whether that's software or hardware driven, they're always on the forefront. Production is definitely really expensive, as well as marketing. Marketing for them, especially in whether it's the gaming industry or just the video processing industry, they're definitely a big name, and that takes quite a bit of money to keep that name up. The key resources that are most expensive are manufacturing, supplies, talent, and production. So obviously manufacturing the devices they make themselves, whether that's a GPU or any of the other things that they make, it definitely costs a lot to keep those, whether that's production facilities open, factories, especially with COVID, that definitely took a hit. And the key activity that is most expensive in research and develop is research and development. It definitely, as far as an activity goes, that's something that they definitely have to invest in quite heavily. All right, and revenue streams. NVIDIA customers are willing to pay for for that high quality of product. As we can see now, even a lot of people that are buying GPUs are almost paying double what MSRP is. So a lot of people are paying for that name and knowing that they make reliable products. In regards to blockchain tech, customers pay for GPUs, mining rigs, and even bigger rigs that are the size of servers. Most general customers buy from retailers, but from a corporation standpoint, most pay for supplies monthly, obviously. If it's a large computer manufacturer like Dell, Lenovo, HP, that's kind of one of those monthly payment schemes that they would have set up. And I do think that this business model canvas will be successful in the next 5 years. I think primarily because NVIDIA has done such a good job the last few probably 2 decades or so. They are one of the biggest names in graphics processing, and I think they will continue to hold that name. Hopefully the price of some of their tech will go down. As a consumer of those products, I genuinely hope so myself. I can see a world where potentially that becomes an issue for them, maybe not just because of the price itself, but because of the way they treat consumers. So I definitely think that people might start having a little backlash at Nvidia. Obviously, we know a lot of the people buying the cards aren't consumers per se. They are buying them to do Bitcoin mining and things of that nature, not to play games like a lot of people do. But I definitely I think Nvidia will continue to be very successful for the next over the next 5 years. Thank you.